Alright guys, let's take a look at NMR on the channel for the first time. Now I do have some history with this coin, guys. I did hold this in the last bull run and I sold it nearly at the top, and since then it's been pretty quiet from NMR. So they did come out with some news yesterday and now it has pumped more than 100%, and it says today Numeraire reached a major milestone. One of the largest allocators to quant strategies has secured 500 million capacity in Numeraire's hedge funds. So JPMorgan has, I guess, invested in Numeraire. And anyways, it's kind of interesting that, Jamie Dimon, he's the leader of JPMorgan and he hates crypto. So a little bit interesting. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but this did send, NMR really off the charts. So it is trying to pump through several resistances here. As you can see, there's about 4 weekly resistances that right now it has pumped through. Now keep in mind we still have a few days on the weekly time frame. We're looking at this on a daily time frame, and it's trying to get through the top of this Fibonacci. So we'll see if it can hang on at least to this Fibonacci. That would be a great thing, at least on the daily time frame. And we'll see if it will continue after that. Now, we do have this long-term trend line. Let me put this on a weekly time frame so you can see this. But this goes back all the way pretty much to the top of that last bull run. And it did hit back in March of 24. And it does have a long way to go. If it were to hit that today, which it's not going to do, it would be about $32. So I don't think it's going to pump $10 in that time anyways. But yeah, let's take a quick look at some of the other technicals now. Now, before we jump into that, you can sign up with MEXC and you can claim the rewards here of 460 USDT. It's a new user exclusive though, so if you already have an account with MEXC, you can't get this bonus. And yeah, you need to sign up now, but scan this QR code to get this bonus, guys. Now jumping over to the volume profile, you can see that it has cleared the 3 largest candlesticks here. It's working on the 5th largest candlestick at the moment. If it clears about $25, it will have done that. And basically you can see it can just stair step its way up when it comes to volume. So there won't be really anything in its way when it comes to that. Now looking at the Bollinger Bands here, you can see there was a little bit of a pinch here on the weekly time frame. This bottom line did come up a little bit and this top blue line did come down slightly. So there is a little bit of a pinch on the weekly time frame, so that may be why we're seeing this big jump here. There's not really so much of a pinch on the daily time frame. It's just kind of evenly, consistently as thick as it's always been, really. Except for here, it was a little bit more narrow, maybe in the beginning of July. But yeah, I would say the pinch did happen on the weekly time frame, and that might be what's causing, this big reaction. Jumping over to the RSI and stochastic here, the stochastic is just getting out of this oversold territory. It's pointed pretty heavily to the upside. RSI is also seeing a reaction to the upside as well, and almost to the highest point that it's ever been here. Now on a weekly time frame, it is a little bit overheated here on stochastic, unfortunately, and the RSI is also overheated and pointed up pretty sharply. Now the daily time frame, RSI is overheated. Looks like it might start to curve back around, but this blue line has just crossed the red line to the upside on stochastic and still in neutral territory. But again, it's kind of a mixed signal here. Now, 4-hour time frame, it is actually overheated on the RSI and just slightly overheated here on stochastic, unfortunately. 1 hour, just slightly overheated on both the RSI and stochastic, and the 15-minute time frame is moving down on the RSI and stochastic. Actually, this blue line has just crossed the red line to the downside. So, in my opinion, guys, let's just put this on a 4-hour time frame and clear these and get a little bit better look. I think it's going to have a hard time basically getting out of the Fibonacci here, but that would be, a feat in itself if it would. But let's see, there's still 3 hours in trading to go, at least on the 4-hour time frame. If it starts to close a 4-hour candle above this Fibonacci, then there's probably hope. Now, the next 4-hour candle actually closes the daily candle as well. So yeah, let's see if it can hold on. Hopefully it can. And if so, I do see that, or I do think it would go more, maybe tomorrow and the coming days. One more indicator to look at is the MACD. Now we are starting to print this dark green candle here. Blue line has just crossed the red line to the upside, so that is a good sign on a monthly time frame. Now weekly time frame, it's actually been printing green candles for a while, actually since May, pointed pretty heavily to the upside, so that again is a good sign here. Now on the daily time frame, again, getting quite large candles in the last couple of days, and it's pointed very heavily to the upside. So momentum is up for Numeraire, I think. You know, like I said, if it breaks the Fibonacci tonight, great. Probably going to see some more upside. But if not, it may cool down under the Fibonacci. And as long as this 20.66 holds, that would be, you know, I think great, actually. Now, NMR is the number 338 coin. It's actually come up a lot. I looked at this earlier today. It was in the 400s. I think mid 400s, like 460 or so. Anyways, the reason why I like this project still, if you know, as long as they're doing things behind this project, they're not a dead project. You know, look at the circulating supply. There's 8 million of this coin. This can move very fast. Max supply is even 10 million less than Bitcoin. So, you know, I'm not saying it's going to jump up to Bitcoin prices, but this can fly very fast, guys. Now, if we take a look at this, all-time high was about $93. So it's sitting about 74% down at the moment. So can it clear $93? It's very possible. You know, and like I said, just for the reasons that it has 11 million coins max supply and only 8 million are circulating. So yeah, I do think if they're doing things and they keep, you know, the public informed, you could definitely see a $100 NMR soon. Now, Bitcoin has woken up a little bit here today. It's trying to get through 112,450 on a daily time frame. That's what this line is, a daily resistance. Let's see if it can do that. There's still, you know, several hours to go in the trading day. Now, we still have this gap, but we are inching our way up towards filling this gap. So there's a $3,000 gap here. And yeah, I mean, if you were a betting person, you would probably long this until you got to the top of this box, and then you would, you know, stop your long and wait to see what happens next. Now, with Ethereum, it was looking better about 30 minutes ago. It was starting to pump. It was actually hitting the Fibonacci here, but it's had a little bit of a pullback. It's just kind of doing nothing today. Bitcoin now looks a little bit better than Ethereum, whereas, I don't know, about, I think 8 hours ago when I did my last video, guys, Ethereum actually looked a little bit better. Now, the total market cap is still creeping up slightly here. We're at 3.84 trillion. It's taken back this support here on the daily time frame, which is a good thing. Now, the total market cap excluding Bitcoin still creeping up as well. It may be even in the same place, but it's not far away. We just need to get above 1.62 trillion by Sunday and seal at least a weekly candle above this. Now, it would be nice if we can get above 1.71 trillion. That is the monthly resistance, and you know, the month is coming up. We only have about 3 more days and some hours, so let's see if we can do that. Bitcoin dominance has taken back this resistance here, but keep in mind we're looking at this on a weekly time frame because these are weekly resistances and supports. Now, if we put this on the daily, of course, yeah, we did seal a candle still above this as of yesterday, and today it is finding support there. But again, it is a weekly support and resistance. So let's see by Sunday if this, you know, falls under. I think this is going to be a giant retest of these two lines and probably a huge rejection. And I think we're going to move down to 56.77% here shortly. Also, when it comes to the USDT dominance, it is probably getting a big rejection as well. That's why I'm looking at this on a weekly time frame again. You can see we have closed several weeks below this line at 4.31%, and I don't think this week is going to be any different. So it's just basically retesting this trend line. It's retesting this resistance here at 4.31%, but I do feel that we will make our way down to 3.8% shortly as well, like the Bitcoin dominance. Altcoin season index at a 53 still. I just refreshed this and it didn't really budge, so let's go on here. Liquidation heat map, 273 million have been wrecked in the last 24 hours. It's pretty much equal on both sides. Now, what it looks like is Bitcoin is trying to trend up and take out this liquidity now. So that is about 113, let's say 200, when it will clear out all of this yellow here. So if you're shorting, you're probably in danger because that's where it's trending right now. In about 3 hours, we're going to get the next update on the fear and greed, but basically we are up in neutral at 51. We did go up 3 points from yesterday. If we look at the bull market peak indicators, though, it's still 0 from 30 hit, guys. So we're still 100% hold. And, until we see this pi cycle top indicator here crossing, I don't really think we have anything to worry about. Now, my wife today, she was worried. We were talking about it when she was in the bath. And I told her, guys, 0 from 30 indicators had been hit. And, she is just insisting that it's over. So I don't think so, but let's see if she's right. Maybe she's right. Who knows? But yeah, 0 from 30 indicators have been hit. Now, as for the rest of the economic calendar here, tomorrow we do have jobless claims. We do have core PCE prices, Q2, GDP. We also have Waller speaking tomorrow. Now, Friday is the bigger day where we have core PCE price index. We also have personal spending. We got Chicago PMI. We got Michigan numbers. We do have Atlanta Fed GDP now, Q3. So we have a lot going on Friday, and this will be very important as to the interest rate cuts. Now, basically, FedWatch Tools is still predicting about an 87% chance that we're going to get a quarter point cut here. But there's still a sizable chance that we might not get a cut at all, and it really depends on PCE price index and some of those other numbers that are this week, and as well as CPI and PPI, which we will have before the next Fed meeting. And that Fed meeting takes place in about 21 days, guys. Now, just a little less than an hour ago, Nvidia, they beat their estimates. They had a data center miss. A 60 billion buyback was approved, but their stock still fell 6% after market, guys. So we did see a huge negative here, 0.46 negative. So that has actually taken us to sentiment risk off now, and the trend is actually growing. So this is not good. I don't think people expected it to be this bad with Nvidia, and it has affected us in crypto here. Now, with Trueflation, nothing has really changed from a little bit earlier today, about 8 hours ago in my video. Crypto bubbles, we're still having a good day, a good hour. The week is still a bit negative, though, unfortunately. CRO is up a lot, though. I did a video on that yesterday. Now, if you want to stake your Numeraire, there is 2 places, basically, Binance and KuCoin. Now, Binance is going to have this really high rate because they don't want you to sell your coin. So keep that in mind. They're going to try to get you to save your coins, and if you think about it, you're like, oh, maybe I can make a lot of money if I stake it for 25%, but this is gradually going to be lowered when NMR actually settles down. So anyways, totally up to you what you want to do with your coins, if you want to sell or stake or not. You can get a lot with your staking, of course, but that's not going to last. Now, anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends, guys, and check out the links that I have below. I do have partnerships with 10 exchanges, and if you use those links, of course, I do get some commission. It's very small, guys. Unless you're a major trader, I'm not going to get much. I'm going to get basically pennies. But it does help keep me motivated. And if more people do it, the more money, of course. So anyways, I do thank you guys for subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next one.